Welcome to Golden Mountain, Golden Meadow. Back again live with in order to talk to everybody out there, and everybody must be hell and hearty by this time. It's raining out the year. I have a new topic to give today. Today I was going through, you know, going through marriage system, marriage system in Nepal, and I got a striking information about marriage systems in Nepal. There are various different type of marriages that is in practice in Nepal since very old times. It's not of the today's date that the marriage have been common and highly expensive, as well as highly, applauded and liked as custom or a kind of bond that's been made in heaven, it's said. So this marriage system, I come to learn different type of marriages in Nepal that is in practice. For example, we have Adventure Mountain Club.com Nepal. Thanks to the site Adventure Mountain Club for giving us this genuine and very beautiful information about marriage systems of Nepal. It says we have lots of marriages. Among them, we have a common marriage system that goes between one to another in every circle, and every society is getting a boy marrying a girl and being husband and wife. That's simple. Okay, and we do have the age bond as well. Bibaha, 20 barsa pari, bihabari. So kind of after 20 years, the marriage bonds are approved and accepted by the law as well. So I'll be talking about different marriage system in Nepal. Like we have polyandrous. In this kind, we have very interesting fact about it is that a woman marries two or more husbands at the same time. That's what it's called, polyandry. And we have got fraternal polyandry as well. In this too, a marriage is occurred in which two or more brothers share one wife and many brothers at the same time. This kind of marriage is certain areas, Tibet and Nepal, where it's still legal. Apart from the famous example of fraternal polyandry, Mahabharat between 5 Pandavas brothers and Draupadi, etc., the given examples through the myth. Now we have sororate marriage. If a husband has a good a relation with the sister of his own wife after his wife's decease, after the death of his wife, this type of marriage is called sororate marriage. Okay, so then we also go with another word called levirate marriage. In the levirate marriage, woman is required to marry her deceased husband's brother. So a woman marries a deceased brother's husband's brother. So this is one of the practices that's also in practice in some of the clans. However, it's all forbidden nowadays. And we have child marriage. Even 40% of girls get married in our country as a child. As child marriage refers to two separate social phenomena which are in practice in some of the societies. Now let's go for the monogamy marriage. In this marriage, okay, a man has to marry only with a single woman. Mono means single, so monogamy means with a single marriage. Even the woman has also the someone single. And this is common practices nowadays. And since there is the provision in the law that one cannot marry more than one husband or wife at a time until they are divorced. In case they make separate wife, or they marry two, then there is a provision that they would be imprisoned for 3 to 5 years plus 5,000 to 25,000 rupees charged for the crime that they commit by marrying more than one. And then we have got cross cousin marriage. As cross cousin is one of the interesting marriages occurs in Gurungs and Tamangs. They say Solti. right, salty. What they do is they have the marriage between daughter, maternal uncle, and son and daughter of particular sisters. And since it occurs mostly in Soltis, in Gurings, and Tamang families, it's quite common even in Muslim society too. Now, love marriage occurs. Okay, love marriage occurs in all the societies of all the religions in all part of the countries. Love affairs, by heart to heart connection, they get married with their own will, and they even elope. They run away from the house, unseen, unknown to the parents for long. And this is where most of the girls are in trouble. They are sold in different prostitutional brothels. Okay, so it has to be very careful about this one. Nowadays this marriage starts from school, college, and universities. That's what is given there. Now we have arranged marriage. We still have many marriages that's being arranged. 90% of marriage is being arranged, and we have somebody called Lami, a mediator who would talk to both the parties, male and female parties, and they set the marriages. Moreover, there is one marriage I remember. It's Gandharva Vivaha. They have got Dohori system. Dohori song. You might have heard both the side. They sing songs, and somewhere at the end they'll propose within the Dohori itself, and they get married instantly. So they say these are some of the interesting facts that I have about marriage system. Now coming back to our of our general readings that we are doing. We are doing reading grade 10 book unit 16 today, and this is about agreeing and not agreeing or disagreeing at all. One national police is first again. Okay, congratulations, you're first. So welcome to Golden Mountain, Golden Meadow, and now we are still talking about the text that we are going to study today, unit 17. We yesterday completed unit 16. Today we are targeting to complete 17. Please do see the beginning part of this video, as well as talk about the different types of marriages occurring in Nepal. So I'll begin. Agreeing and disagreeing. Reading part. We have got first section, reading part. Engage yourself, read the drama quickly, and answer the following questions. What does Sushila want to do? And what do her parents want to do? So these are two striking thought-provoking questions that are initiated in the chapter itself. In the study time, you have a title, read the drama and find how Sushila's problem is solved. Sushila's determination is the title, and we have a beautiful picture with two obviously the couple, parents and a girl, and they are having a conversation, and that's gonna be our one act play. Okay, Mrs. Oza, mother says, Susila, it's time your father and I had a talk with you. Susila says, yes, mother, what is it about? Mr. Oza says, well, you know that your mother and I are very concerned about your future. You know that we are not rich. If we were rich, we would send you to a university. Since we could not do that, we have considered the best course for you is to do what Nepalese young ladies have done for centuries. Susila says, and what is that? Mrs. Oza says, Susila, you're not very respectful to your father. Imagine you're asking your father rudely, what's that? Before he has the chance to tell you. Susila says, I'm sorry, mother, but I was not rude, only anxious. Mr. Oza says, it's all right, Susila. Well, we think it's time you got married. Susila says, but I... Mrs. Oza says, there's no need to get excited. If I were you, I would listen to the whole thing first. Mr. Oza says, we understand your anxiety, Susila. You've been brought up in this foreign country, so different from Nepal. Had you been brought up in Nepal, you'd have thought it natural to get married at this age. Susila says, Father, I feel that as I cannot go to a university, the best career I can look forward to is that of a nurse. Many of the young ladies I know are nurses and have excellent careers in private clinics. Had you allowed me to apply to the nursing institute, I would have got a scholarship. Mr. Oza says, but there is no secure future in being a nurse. Although it's a noble profession, it doesn't pay much. Susila says, but I don't see any security in marriage. I do not know what my future husband will be like. You've not told me who he is. Mrs. Oza angrily, you are too impassioned. If I were you, I would not complete trust. I would have complete trust in my parents. Of course, we have chosen a most suitable man for you, one who will give you and your future children all the security you need. Susila says, but will he show me love, kindness, and consideration besides giving the security? Mrs. Oza says, I'm sorry to see that you have been so influenced by your friends, films, and television. I agree to marry your father without having seen him before, without even knowing his name. He gave me all the kindness I required. Hasn't he treated you and your brother well? Susila says, after a pause and in tears. Yes, mother, I agree entirely with what you say about father. You were lucky. But how do I know I shall be as fortunate as you? Mrs. Oza says, lucky? There's no such thing. Of course, besides learning all, we could worry about your future husband and his family. We have consulted your horoscope. If you believe in your horoscope, the marriage will turn out very well. Mr. Oza says, have you considered who is going to pay for your nursing course? I haven't got the money. Susila says, but you have to find money for my marriage. Mr. Oza says, after a pause, yes, I will. Mrs. Oza says, I see what you mean. She's right. Susila's father, instead of saving money for her marriage, will spend it on her education. Then she will be able to find a good husband for herself. Susila, oh mother. She hugs her mother. Source adapted from Fort Longman, 1989. So now we have got the vocabularies in use. Find the words from the drama which have the meaning below. So we have the word that are already given here. You just find out the word meanings, like feeling fear and uncertainty, like anxiety, catching the breath in surprise, gasping, through thoughtful for the feeling of others. And similarly we have lucky, right, fortunate or something like that. You just find out the words. Chart showing the position of the stars, birth, used for fortunate telling. Okay, this is a horoscope. Okay, let's go to number 2, reading comprehension. Read the drama again, tick the best answer. Susila's parents are concerned about her marriage, correct? Susila wants to be a nurse, correct? Susila seems she was brought up in Nepal, India, and overseas country. Overseas country, correct. According to Susila, who is lucky? Susila's mother, where is it? Mrs. Oza, correct. So we'll go to the next page. At the end, Susila's parents decided to let her join the nursing course, correct. Now read the drama again, answer the following questions. Why don't Susila's parents want to send her to university? Simple, because they don't have money. Was her parents' marriage love marriage? How do you know? No, of course not. It was arranged marriage. Because she didn't even know the name of the husband, going to be husband. Okay, Mrs. Oza did not know anything about him, and they had never seen each other face to face. And number C, why does Susila say that her mother was lucky? It is that because father gave mother, Mrs. Oza, all kindness, love, alright, and treated children well. So it was Susila's mother was marked lucky. Number D, what's Susila's suggestion about money to pay for her studies? Okay, since Susila wanted to study nursing, if she got an opportunity to apply for it, she would get scholarship according to her. Number E, if you were Sushil's parents, what would you do? Obviously, send her to a good university and let her find a job and earn for herself for getting married. So she would be winning in two different ways. One, she would be winning herself spiritually by getting quality education that she deserves, and on the other hand, she can stand on own, and also she can have a husband who is quite loving and caring and of her choice. And by that time, she will be mature enough to understand each and every situation of a house and the marital relationship. We have follow-up activities as well. Pretend that you are Susila. Write a letter to one of your friends describing how you were able to persuade your parents to allow you to go to university. You can start as follows. Dear Nisha, I am very happy today and want to share my happiness with you. My parents have agreed to let me go to university, but it was not easy. Actually, they wanted me to get married. They had already set blah blah blah. Okay, complete the letter in your own, with your own opinion and thoughts and your logical suggestions, ideas. And then I'm going to go to the grammar section quickly. Engage yourself with the following conversation and observe how the speaker agree and disagree with the preparation. Before I go I go into this grammar section, I would like to see how many of you are talking to me. Well, Golden Mountain, Golden Meadow. Okay, that's it. So I'll go back again to the reading text because nobody is communicating with me. Alright, yeah, John. Hey, what do you think about this movie? Mary says, I think this movie is really good. John says, I don't think so. This movie is so boring that I feel sleepy. I sleep while watching it. The plot is flat and there is not any suspense in the story. I like watching film, but this time I disagree with you. Alright, Barbara says, hey, look at my new ring. Isn't it cool? Bill says, yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Your ring is so cool. It perfectly matches with your finger. It must be a very expensive ring. Okay, in the same way we have more to do in your own. Here are some expressions you can use to agree and disagree. Read them carefully and discuss with your partners the situation they are used in. So you have certain phrases, expressions to use agreeing, like for example, you're right, that's a good idea. That's right, exactly, me too. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. I see exactly what you mean. Oh, as if you caught my heart. Okay, like this you can agree. And similarly, on the other hand, you can disagree with the expressions like, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's correct. I don't agree. I totally disagree. Absolutely not. That's not right. I'm not sure about that. In this manner, you can use the expression to express your agreement and disagreement with clarity and with power in a speech. Now coming to number B, time for grammar again. Complete the following dialogues with the correct expressions indicate agreeing or disagreeing. So you can use some of the important expressions to complete this conversation. For example, let's go into it, and we are, I think, already done with number A. Okay, except John. So Jack says, Julia, what do you think about the new classroom? Julia says, for me the classroom is quite good. It has enough space for us to move around. John says, I'm not sure about that. The furniture is not well managed. Moreover, there is no sufficient light. Similarly, number B, Deepa says, hey, look at my new t-shirt. It's quite suitable for me, isn't it? Okay, Uddhav says, yeah, exactly. It's quite beautiful. You look really smart in it. Number C, Silpa says, I think we should cancel the whole project right now. Monica says, absolutely not. I think cancelling the project is not a good idea for this or our organization. Simran says, Kiran, what do you think about the new constitution? Kiran says, I think it's quite good. It's a constitution made by the people. Simran says, I see what you mean. It declares ending all forms of discriminations and oppression created by the feudal, autocratic, centralized, and unitary system of government in the past. Okay, these are the conversations with expression that are added in the blanks. Follow-up activities. We have working group. Ask who agrees or disagrees in to the opinion the government should pay for everybody's education. Share your idea with your friend. Listening as usual. I'm skipping because you know what happens when speak. You cannot listen and you go with the exercises only. Now coming to speaking part. Engage yourself. Extend the list of the expressions that can be used for agreeing and disagreeing. So you have to extend more. Like for no doubt about it, that's for sure. For agreeing and disagreeing, I'm afraid I disagree. No way. So more things that you can add into the table given there. Time for speaking. Go through the following conversation and practice them with your partner. Make partner AB and you have a clue. TB. Bad influence on people. Yes. So that's question number A. First person says, I think TV has a bad influence on people. Second person says, yes, you're right. Number B, we become vegetarian. No. First person says, we should become vegetarians. Second person says, I don't agree with that. Number C, television leading cause of violence. No. First person says, television is the leading cause of violence in today's society. Second person says, I don't think so. D. In 10 years time, no tree in the forest. Yes. First person says, in 10 years time, there won't be any trees left in the forest. B says, you're probably right. Woodcutters are cutting down trees indiscriminately. Number 2. Have similar conversation with the help of following clues. Dogs better companions than cat? No. Teachers helpful? Yes. Government of Nepal address the problems of street children? Yes. Students go abroad after 10 plus